ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Clean Talk. This episode addresses an issue that can literally make or mar a hotel's reputation, that is, odor inside a hotel room. To shine a light on this topic, we have with us today Mr. Subhojit Banerjee, Director of Housekeeping at Atlantis-The Palm. Subhojit also won the Best Hotel Housekeeper award at the MECHF Award ceremony recently. At the outset of this episode, Subhojit, I'd like to welcome you to the Clean Talk, and I would like to congratulate you on winning the Best Hotel Housekeeper category at MECHF.
Thank you so much, and thank you to Clean Middle East as well as to the jury, and thank you to Atlantis Dubai for having me, represent them.
Most welcome. Subhojit, before discussing how to combat odor, I would like to ask you what causes odor.
Right. So I will talk very specific to Dubai. Right. So there are few reasons that we have odor in the guest rooms. One of them being the most important one being the humidity. Right. Dubai being close to the sea has a lot of humidity. So when either guests leave the balcony doors open or there is any area which is left open to outdoor air, the humidity comes in and then it gets stuck into the upholstery of the room. So curtains, carpets, they absorb the humidity, and that's what generates the bad smell. Apart from that, there is also areas like bathrooms which have smell due to the mold and mildew in the rooms. And then there would be also smells of smoke in the guest rooms where guests smoke in the guest room, and that leaves a bad odor. And it's very difficult to eliminate smoke smell after it's been in the room. Also, there could be a reason of leaving food inside the guest room for a long time. It has a very strong after effect and leaves a bad odor much later. So these are the most important reasons, I would say, for bad odor.
All right. And when a guest encounters bad odor inside a hotel room, what are some of the immediate measures that he can take to mitigate that odor?
Right. So for a guest, I would suggest that the top three, things that the guest could do easily is number one would be to have the air conditioning temperature set to a very low point and run the fan speed at the highest, so there's enough circulation. Number two would be to run the taps, because that could be a reason that the drainage as well is causing the smell to come in. And number three would be to have housekeeping come and attend to the room immediately to see where the odor is coming from. Right.
Speaking of housekeeping, how can hotel staff ensure that rooms are free from odor, and what do they do? What magic do they do?
Right. There's a few things that we need to do, especially in terms of maintaining the smell in the room. I would say four major reasons. So one would be by maintaining a proper ventilation system in the room where the exhaust and the extract of the room is strong enough. The filters in the air vents are maintained regularly. So I would say a PPM program with 3 to 6 months of regular checks would be very good. Checking the drainage system in all the rooms. So basically, all the rooms have, wherever there is drainage system, there is a P-trap. So once this P-trap dries up, especially in the summer, that's when the smell from the drain comes right into the room. So making sure that in the PPM program, the drains are checked as well. Having a strong regime of deep cleaning program from housekeeping. So every 3 to 6 months, again, making sure every room is attended to, where we use proper chemicals to deal with the mold and mildew in the rooms. And apart from that, just making sure that rooms get attended to regularly. If you leave a room for a very long time, then this reminiscent smell stays back, and then that's where you will get the odor. So when you see it, you can attack it. Otherwise, it stays over.
Definitely. And Subhojit, I also have to ask you, there are a lot of products in the market that promise to combat odor. There are air purifiers, there are fragrances, and so much more.
Right.
So what role do they play? How effective are they?
There are a lot of options available nowadays in the market. So I would say the most frequently used option is the ozonizer. It is a very good combatant to deal with bad odor, because it emits ozone molecules in the air, and that attaches itself to the odor-causing bacteria, and then eliminates the smell. So once it disintegrates, then it leaves a good positive odor. Having said that, ozone is not healthy for human beings, so the room has to be completely empty whilst the treatment is done. So that is one way of doing it, and it's very effective. There are also plasma machines which are available these days. What they do is they have a filament of ultraviolet rays, which the air passes through, and in doing that, the odor-causing bacteria molecules pass through that and then disintegrate, and then what comes out is pure fresh air. That is also a very good way of dealing with it, and the best part about that is that there is no harmful, particles in the air. Then there is also, fragrance providers, which have diffusers in many rooms, and there are programs available from very many suppliers, and they put in a positive odor. However, that doesn't counteract with the negative odor in the room. It just puts in a positive odor, so it can disguise a little bit, but it still has the bad odor in the background. The best option also available these days is an odor counteractant, which a lot of the chemical providers are providing these days. What it does is it counteracts the bad odor. So it basically eliminates the bad odor, and it also leaves a small positive fragrance in the room, which is very acceptable for guests all over.
And what are some of the eco-friendly and non-toxic methods of eliminating odors inside a hotel room?
So I would say, as mentioned before, having a strong ppm regime is a very effective way of making sure that there is no odor coming in. So you eliminate it before. It's a proactive approach to having odors, right? So having a strong ppm program where ventilation and drainage is checked, having the strong cleaning regime as well to make sure that things are checked beforehand. Toxicity. When we talk about toxicity, the best way is to have water running through the drains, having the room cleaned well, having the upholstery of the rooms, the curtains and the carpets checked every periodically, and using non-toxic chemicals as well to get rid of the mold and mildew in the rooms.
Wonderful. With that, we conclude this episode. Thank you so much for being with us, Subhojit.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
If you found this episode interesting, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share and spread the word. Thank you.